Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Across the Pitch. Yes, I think we've got a lot of exciting news this morning. We need to start with this guy, Gerard Hato. He has rejected Manchester United. I think Manchester United was still sniffing around and trying to make sure that they can get him from Ajax. But unfortunately, he has been very, very clear to what he wants to do. He has been very clear, I think, for the last month or so, that he wanted to join Chelsea and Chelsea alone. Um, my understanding is that he has been very much interested on the Chelsea project. The thing about this young Chelsea project that is happening. A lot of young players are very much interested in it. Gerard Hoto is 19. I think he'll be turning 20 very soon. He understands how the young players play. He wants to join all these young players. There's very good players in the world that are joining Chelsea, and he also, just after winning the Conference League, after winning the Club World Cup, these young players, they can believe, they can actually believe that when if I were to go to Chelsea today, I'm going to win something. I'm going to make sure that I've got something in my cupboards and all those kind of things, just for what, just to remember. Look at what Pedro Neto did, right? Joao Pedro did as well. Joao Pedro just came from within within a week, he was a world champion, right? Pedro Neto came to Chelsea. He knew he wanted to win this. In fact, when you look at all these players that were bought, maybe probably a season or two ago, their mentality was to grow Chelsea. Their mentality was to compare. They wanted to compare the current team with the team of your Drogbas, your Lampard, your John Terrys, and this is what they were saying after winning the Club World Cup, to say, look, we haven't won anything yet. We haven't won the league. We haven't won the Champions League. And this is what we want to do. We want to win that so that we will go also in the records of Chelsea. I was actually listening to one of the Chelsea players last night, saying that, look, when you go to the Chelsea training field, you see your Lampards, your Drogba's, your Peter Cech holding these big trophies and all those kind of things, and you would want to be part of that, right? You would want to be part of that. And this is what these players dream of doing. This is what all these young players want to do. So he has been very clear about that. And then when you look at Hoto looking at Manchester United, he looks at it and saying, what are they going to win in the next season? What are they going to win the next 2 3 seasons? Right? The chances are that they might not even win anything. So every player is too ambitious in trying to win things and trying to make sure that he has done well for themselves. So Chelsea is already they've already agreed the personal terms. I think it's going to be a 7-year contract. And obviously, compared to the Dutch league, his wages are not going to be a problem. What is now being discussed is the discussion between Chelsea and Ajax, obviously, in terms of the fees. My understanding is that the discussion is around 40 million euros, which is about 30 million pounds. I think Ajax is still trying to push for more, and Chelsea is saying, look, this is the best that we can do, considering that this player hasn't played in England so far, and you never know with these young players. You never know. There's a lot of players that we have bought and that did not do well, and now we are busy trying to sell them. So yeah, that's the thing about Hoto. Also, what I just want to hear your comments on this. So Hoto is a central defender, right? And also a left back. So you are bringing someone who can play on both positions, central defender or left, right? So what then does it mean for players like your Bado Shears, your Chalabas, and yeah, what does that mean? Because now at the end of the day, you end up having four, five, six defenders, right? And you would want to do that. For me, buying players that can play in different positions, like what we did in our attacking players, you've got three, four players that plays in different positions. That means that you actually reduce the number of players that you have um, to make up the squad. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what Enzo Maresca is thinking, what he wants to do with Gerard Hoto, and then we can see. Oh, no, speaking about Ajax, actually, there's something that I was thinking. I think I can also, maybe you can actually put in your comments there. Um, Ajax, uh, historically, they are a very, very good training ground for good players, right? There's a lot of good players that came from the Ajax Academy, right? So this is what I was thinking, considering the relationship now they are having with Ajax. Why can't we send your Tyrese George to Ajax, right? Ish Samuel Smith to Ajax. These younger players, we can send them there, right? They can learn for maybe a year, then they can come back because you would want a person like Tyrese George will start. Definitely, he will start in that Ajax team. So we pick all our three or four of our young talents. We send them there to Ajax because the challenge that is going to happen now is that the mold of or the the players that Chelsea are buying are your 18-year-olds, your 19-year-olds, your 20-year-olds, right? Now you've got your Tyrese George, who are 19, your Ish Samuel Smith, who are 18, 19, and all this kind of. It's going to be difficult for them to push or to get into the first team. So what do you do then? The best thing that you can actually do is send them to teams where they can actually play and then see how they perform and then bring them. Like Ajax, as I said, they're a very good training ground for young talent, and they will come there with actually a better focus, and they can actually come and fit into the Chelsea team. The other idea also is to look at the teams that are going to be promoted right into the Premiership. But the danger with that is that the minute a player comes goes on loan and then his team is relegated, right? You've got issues with that, right? It also demoralizes players, their confidence and all those kind of things. So my thinking could be they must just send them to Ajax, do well at Ajax, and then we see how they develop there in a season or two. Right. Then the other story that I wanted to bring up is the issue of Garnacho. The issue of Garnacho is not going away, right? The issue of Garnacho is not going away. I'm I'm against Garnacho. Honestly, coming to Chelsea, I'm against it of several reasons. One of the reasons is that his attitude off the field is actually terrible, right? He is that kind of a player who can actually bring in a very bad attitude to our young team. The problem with young players is that sometimes they will just think that what this person is doing is the correct way of doing things, right? So you bring a Garnacho who has got bad attitude of the field. You know what? That guy is a very good player. Very, very good player. There is a player in Garnacho, and I think we have seen it, especially in his first season at Chelsea. But the challenge is that he's very arrogant. His attitude is bad, and you would want to have a situation where then you don't want that person within surrounding your players. So I think Garnacho, we should leave it. But the other problem also is that you want to bring Garnacho is going to play on the left side, right? but we have got also Xavi Simons, who we think that is one is better than Garnacho. Two, he can play in different position. He can play left wing, can play central as number 10. He can even play even on the right side. He can do that. So what will then happen to Xavi Simons? It means that we end up buying players that we don't really need. Right, so it's something that I felt that I don't know what you guys would want to do if you were Enzo Maresca or you were Chelsea board. What would you do? What do you do? Just put your comments there as well. Then my other issues, these are my thinking about the outgoings, right? Um, there is Joao Felix. So Joao Felix, I think they are busy negotiating with Benfica. The deal is almost done. What is only left there, my understanding, is the sporting issues. For instance, the sale of shirts. I know Chelsea wants a certain percentage of that, and you know what? For if I was Chelsea, I could have just let this guy go. But the problem also is that this is happening all over the world, right? Where when you buy a player, there is a buyback, there is a lot of conditions, there is a sell on clause, there is whatever. So you know what? So it's something that Chelsea has to do, so that whether they get 10 million or 5 million or 2 million out of it, it's also income that is coming through. Then Renato Vega's situation is currently also 50-50. I think my thinking yesterday and day before yesterday was like it's almost done. But it seems as if Chelsea, the teams themselves, they are not finding each other in terms of the fees and all those kind of things. So yeah, let's see what happens. You know what? My thinking is that this is the time to push sales. Outgoings must be going. Your Renato Vegas must be just she must just go. Your Joao Felix must go. Your Christopher Nkunku must go. If Jackson needs to go, he has to go, because the time that we have now, days, you know what, the days are time is clocking, days are going, and all those kind of things. We need to bring in money. We have done good business already. We now need to sell so that we bring in money to cover what we have sold. So guys, please, 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 please subscribe, and also I need your comments, I need your likes, and yeah, you know what? We need to grow this channel together. I need your comments so that I understand what new content we need to bring in, what we need to talk about in the next video. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.